Are you ready to have your mind blown? If so, then check out these strange facts about time and reality. If you try it, you will find that when you inhale, your stomach expands and puts pressure on your diaphragm. This makes it hard to lift your cheeks and turn them inside out like you need to do to actually smile. Also, if you breathe through your mouth while smiling, you could choke on something if it were food particles in your mouth. For example, if you have a fight with your spouse and then later try to recall the event, you may remember things differently based on how you felt during the argument. In addition, other people's memories of the same event may differ from yours, even though they were there at the same time. This is because everyone perceives things differently and stores those perceptions in their own unique way. And it can evoke a wide range of feelings in us, from happiness to sadness. Have you ever listened to a song that made you cry? However, sometimes having too much of a good thing can actually be a bad thing. We make our own decisions and take responsibility for our own actions. But what if this isn't actually true? What if our free will is just an illusion? There is evidence to suggest that our decisions are actually made before we are even aware of them. Our brains process information and makes decisions before we consciously become aware of it. This means that we don't actually have control over our decisions. They are made for us by our subconscious minds. There is also evidence to suggest that our entire lives are predetermined. Everything that happens to us is the result of a chain of events that began long before we were born. This means that our lives are simply playing out according to a script that was written for us. So the bottom line is this: we like to think that we are in control of our own destinies, but this may not actually be true. Our decisions are made for us by our subconscious minds and our lives are predetermined. This doesn't mean that we are not responsible for our actions, but it does mean that we should be more mindful of the decisions we are making. Take Plan B, for example. When you have a backup plan in case your original plan fails, it can actually reduce your motivation to make plan A work. Make sure to give this video a like and subscribe for more amazing videos. After all, why bother putting in all the effort if you have a safety net to fall back on? This lack of motivation can cause you to take shortcuts or not put in the necessary effort to make plan A successful. Additionally, having a plan B can also increase your risk of failure with plan A. When you're focused onto different plans, you're essentially spreading yourself too thin. Instead of putting all of your efforts into one plan and making it as successful as possible, you're dividing your attention and resources between two plans. This can result in both plans failing instead of one succeeding. So if you really want to achieve your goals, it's important to focus on one plan and commit to it 100%. Sure, it is important to be prepared for setbacks and have a backup plan in case things don't go according to plan. But ultimately, your success will depend on how much effort you're willing to put into plan A. If so, you know what we're talking about. Music has the ability to tap into our memories and bring up strong emotions. This is because music is processed in the same area of the brain as emotions, which is why listening to music can make us feel so strongly. The lyrics of a song can also be very powerful, and they can often relate to personal experiences that we have had in our own lives. This can make us feel understood and connected to the music and the artist, which can lead to tears. Finally, the melody of a song can also be very affecting. A sad melody can make us feel nostalgic or reflective, which can also lead to crying. As such, no two people will ever have the exact same memory of an event. But the truth is that dreams can and do come true all the time. It just takes a little bit of faith, hard work, and determination. One of the most important aspects of achieving your dreams is having a clear vision of what you want. If you don't know what you want, you'll never be able to achieve it. So take the time to really think about your goals and what you want to accomplish. Once you have a clear vision of your dreams, it's time to start taking action. Even if you don't know where to start, just take small steps towards your goals. Over time, these small steps will add up to big results. Finally, don't be afraid to ask for help along the way. There are many people who want to help you succeed, so don't be shy about reaching out for assistance. With a little faith, hard work, and determination, you can make your dreams come true. Additionally, our memories are constantly being rewritten in our minds, which means that what you remember today may be different from what you remembered yesterday. This is because our brains are always trying to make sense of new information in light of our existing memories and knowledge. As such, your memories are not simply recordings of past events stored in your brain, but rather interpretations of those events based on your current state of mind. That's why we are built to breathe through our noses when we smile and eat. This feeling is so intense that it can be addictive, leading you to crave more and more of it. This means that sometimes being in the right place at the right time can make all the difference. However, luck is not just about being in the right place at the right time. It also involves having the mindset and attitude to take advantage of opportunities when they arise. For example, if you are someone who is always looking for solutions to problems, you are more likely to come up with innovative ideas when faced with challenges. Similarly, if you are someone who is always positive and optimistic, you are more likely to bounce back quickly from setbacks. So the bottom line is this: luck is not something that just happens to people. It is something that can be created. All it takes is a little bit of planning and preparation, a positive attitude, and the willingness to take advantage of opportunities when they rise. The problem is that the intensity of these feelings usually fades over time, which can lead to a feeling of disappointment or even depression. Fortunately, there are ways to keep these feelings alive. One way is to focus on the positive aspects of your relationship and to appreciate your partner for all of the good things that they do. Another way is to make time for each other and to nurture your relationship by making plans and having fun together. By taking these steps, you can help ensure that your relationship lasts long after the initial rush of falling in love has worn off. Unfortunately, many people lose this ability when they get older. Number 10. You can't smile and breathe at the same time. It is impossible for any human to smile and breathe at the same time. What we think of as feeling something on our skin is really just a reaction to electrical signals sent from our nerves to the brain. The actual sensation happens in our brain. So in reality, it's not the skin that feels anything, but the brain that interprets the signals from the skin. When you touch something, millions of nerve fibers send signals from the receptors in your skin to your spinal cord, and then to your brain. Your brain then interprets these signals as something soft or hard, smooth or rough, hot or cold. This is the same with pain. The burning sensation you feel when you touch a hot stove is not because your skin feels the heat, but because your brain interprets the electrical signals sent by the nerves in your skin as painful. Number 9. Human skin can't feel anything. Surprisingly, the human skin can feel nothing. And although some may see crying as a sign of weakness, it could actually be one of the best things you could do for yourself. A good cry could help wash away stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, lower blood pressure, could make you feel a lot better afterwards, and could even help you live longer. In fact, studies have shown that people who cry more often tend to have a longer lifespan than those who rarely cry. This is likely due to the fact that crying helps to relieve emotional tension, which in turn reduces stress and helps to boost the immune system. So don't be afraid to let the tears flow if you need to. No. 8. Crying could make you feel better. There is no doubt that crying has been part of the human experience since the beginning of time. 7. Your memories are not actually yours. Your memories are shaped by many factors, including your current mood, the people around you, and even your expectations. Number 6. Being in love can be addictive. When you fall in love, your brain releases a cocktail of hormones and neurotransmitters that create a feeling of euphoria. 5. You can create your own luck. We often hear people say that luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. No. 4. Music can make you cry. Music has a powerful effect on our emotions. No. 3. Your dreams can come true. Many people dismiss their dreams as just fantasies or wishful thinking. Number 2. Having a plan B would only make plan A less likely to work. Planning is an important part of achieving your goals. Number 1. Free will is an illusion. Most of us like to think that we are in control of our own destiny. Which fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below.